Hey now, I'm going to share with you the triangle of successful trading so you may go forth and confidently trade these markets. After trying everything else that you can imagine and some things that you can't, this is what I have found to work. There may be other ways to go about it, but this one is mine, and it can be yours if you make that conscious decision. Let's get into it. The first point of the triangle is your trading system. So far on this channel, I have featured 18 trading systems that have been profitable over a series of 100 trades. But what should you be doing with this information? Well, first, don't just go out there and trade it because you see some guy on YouTube test it. That is exactly what you should not be doing. What I recommend you do is take one system, or better yet, merge parts of different systems that you like and do your own testing. When you see that a system is successful for 100 trades, then it becomes a candidate to test further. After you have done the adequate back testing, and I mean hundreds or even thousands of times over different instruments, you can then invest the time in forward testing on a demo account. I recommend you take at least 200 forward tested setups depending on your time frame and log your results before bringing it live. Don't practice it until you get it right. Practice it until you can't get it wrong. You will then have the confidence to know after your back testing and forward testing that your system will be profitable over a series of many trades, and you will be able to flawlessly execute that system. Which leads into point number 2 of the triangle. Psychology. Your trading mind must be fully developed. If you start to take a series of bad trades, the normal mental reaction is for it to stop. You want the losing to stop. The specific mental reaction is to start changing the system to make those losses you took actually turn into winners. And what happens next is you now have a system that would have saved you on those string of losing trades, but in the long term is not profitable. And that cycle just perpetuates itself. Each and every trade you take must be emotionless, win, lose, or draw, no matter how many times in a row a good or bad outcome happens. There is no such thing as good or bad on a trade-by-trade basis. There is just your system. Is your system good or is your system bad? The final point, and what is equally as important, is risk management. If your trading system has an outcome of exactly 50% on a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, you will do extremely well in this industry. Think about it this way. If you and I were to flip a coin and every time it lands on heads, you give me $100, and every time it lands on tails, I give you $200, you are going to want to flip that coin as much as possible. That is how simple it is when you have a proven system. But the sinister offshoot to this, if you do get on a winning streak, the tendency here is to increase your risk, and that will always end in disaster. You will start to take huge losses, and your emotions will get the better of you. Then there are those who actually move their stop loss in an ongoing trade to avoid the loss. Again, this is completely contrary to being successful. And then there are those further who actually revenge trade, meaning that after some losses, they increase their position size to make the money back. And that's just a cycle of doom. I recommend never risking more than 2% in any particular setup or on any particular currency or coin at one time. And if you're just starting, try even 0.5% per setup until you get your confidence on a live trading account. I know these 3 points are easier said than done, and you probably heard them before, but if you first put in the work to develop and test your system, then second, you will have the mental fortitude to be emotionless because you know exactly what to expect. Those 2 are the hardest, with the latter being the more difficult of the 2. But after that, all you have to do is have some consistent and safe risk management and you will be on your way. This is why I make these videos. I am not selling some trading system or magic indicator or telling you outrageous things other than to work, get better, learn, and repeat that process. If you need some ideas on how to get started, check out my playlist on some promising trading systems to consider in your own testing. And have a great day, if you want to.